Hi friends, today I am going to share with you a book review for the book Stars Between the Sun and Moon. One woman's life in North Korea and escape to freedom. This book narrates about the life in North Korea and how this lady by the name Lucia Jang suffered in North Korea from her childhood till the day of her escape to freedom. Lucia Jang and her family was not a well-known family in North Korea, an ordinary family. Over to that, her mother's family defected to South Korea during the Korean War. Because of that reason, they are denied the ration and all other facilities, no higher studies, no particular job and party membership, nothing as such. So she is struggling a lot from her childhood onwards. The hunger was the only companion she was having throughout her life. She is narrating a lot of stories, lot of experience that had happened in North Korea during her life there. We know North Korea as a communist country is not taking care of their subjects, their citizens very well. All the border areas, as she is narrating, so many people are coming to China and staying there and living there, and even human trafficking, all those smuggling, human smuggling, all those things are happening. She is narrating in this story. As a child, when she was feeling hungry, she was even stealing her grandmother's ration to sustain her life, to sustain her and her sister's life. And so much of struggles she is going through during her high school studies. She has to go and work in another party member's field, and there too they are not getting proper food, so they are started to stealing something from that particular family. And once they are caught, and so much of punishment they went through there also. They are not giving, that family is not giving proper food to Lucia Jang and her companion. After her studies, her high school studies, she started to work in a factory because she was not having proper good mark. And there she met with a man and she conceived from him. And later they got married. But that marriage life was not at all happy. That man was a drunkard and he just released from the prison, but everything was concealed from her. And later he started to beat her so much, and so much of struggles over to the hunger. She ran away from that family after the birth of her first son. But sooner or later she cannot stay with that son, because a single woman with a son is not at all good for a family who is hunger stricken. So what her mother is doing, that she is selling that son to another family, and she was in agony. She was so sad about that thing, and she could not avoid the situation that another family is taking away her own son. So all these things are happening in and around her life. And later what she is doing is that she started to go crossing the river between North Korea and China, and reaching China, and there she even selling her own body, having sexual relationships with another man in order to get a little food. That kind of thing happened to her. And later she got by police, the border guard, and she is sent back to Korea. And here in the prison also she is struggling a lot. She is not at all able to live good life inside the prison, going on struggling with the other prisoners, and so much of work they are getting, and they cannot even have a proper food there. After sometimes they are released, and she has nothing but just go back to China and stay there. That's the only thing they can do, because they want to sustain their family. So again she will cross the border and go to China, and there again she will meet another man, and from him also she is getting pregnant. And while she was pregnant, once again she is caught with border guards, and sent back to North Korea. There, little later, she is released from the prison by little consideration that after the birth she will be taken back to prison. So she doesn't want to stay anymore in that area at home, and her family members also telling her to go away from there. And she started her journey from there, and crossing after the birth. She is giving birth in her uncle's place, and after the birth she is taking that child and crossing the river, and entered another place, and going to South Korea. And at last she managed to escape, and now she settled in Canada. It's a wonderful story, but all about so much of hunger, so much of problems and difficulties, but still she is surviving. She is so much of struggling and surviving and going ahead with her life. For all those who are lacking hope in their lives, this story is really a wonderful an eye-opener. Whatever the situations, anytime, any moment, life can be changed. Don't be troubled, or don't get so much of worried, but instead go ahead, and one or another moment we will get a chance to come out of our situations, and we can strike back, and we will be able to overcome all the problems, all the difficulties, all the situations whatever we are undergoing at present. The story of this particular woman is giving us that much hope, and let us hope for the best. Whatever the situations you are going through now, even if you are lost, be ready to fight back, and stand on your feet, and show the world that you can do the things possible. Thank you.